these are the productivity habits that I've used in 2025 to better myself. Along my journey on self-improvement, I've learned a lot of things, and productivity is one of the greatest assets you can have. And just by learning this skill, just by upgrading it, evolving it over time, it's allowed me to create videos constantly, more consistently, and evolve myself, essentially. Now, the skill of productivity in and of itself is when you are able to do more for less time, which means you're more efficient. You're more efficient at doing this activity. You're able to get into a flow easier. You're able to lock in faster. And to be able to do that, you have to make everything autonomous. So if you want to increase your productivity in 2025, the way to do that is to increase your autonomy. Now, autonomy is a concept where everything that you have, everything that you know, is already known in your brain, right? Everything that you know, everything that you want to do is already known in your brain. And basically, since you already have everything that you want to do known in your brain, those actions don't have such a decision fatiguing, weighing down feeling on you, which essentially means that you're able to autonomously move throughout space, move throughout time without a resistance. Now, this resistance is what causes procrastination, is what's causing the problems that you're having when you're trying to become more productive. Essentially, having the ability to become autonomous, having the ability to have a routine, a set schedule, is when you're able to fully understand productivity. Now, productivity can be divided into many facets. The first facet of productivity is essentially flow state. How good are you of not getting distracted? How good are you at being efficient at the work you're doing for the time? The second facet is being able to actually get to the work. Can you start doing the work without being procrastinating or doing all that other stuff before it? And the third facet of productivity is being able to essentially evolve your schedule to fit certain things, right? Because life will never ever not be free flowing. Life will always be ever changing, and it will always change without you. So if your ability to do all three of those things increases, your productivity essentially correlates with that too. So now, how do we increase that, right? You're wondering, well, you've told me what productivity means and the facets of productivity. Well, how do I increase it? It's simple, really. The autonomy comes back to this. So with autonomy, let's say you wake up the same time every day. You go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. You've planned the night before what you're going to do. You don't even have to think exactly. You just get up. Let's say I'm recording a video. I get up, press record on the video. I know exactly what I'm going to do because I wrote it down the night before and the idea was already in my head previously. So then I don't have to waste time. That time is not wasted trying to think, trying to, understand what it is I want to do because I already know. It's the autonomy, right? And let's say it also ties in to the fact that once you have autonomy, your brain sort of connects these webs and it makes your flow state even better because you have this familiarity in situations and the environment. So let's say I'm recording the same way every day. Your brain automatically understands, the neurons understand because they create links, they create habits, right? And that's essentially how habits are formed. You do the same thing over and over again. And that's how your flow state gets better. That's how your efficiency becomes snappier, faster, improves over time. And to explain the third state of autonomy, the adaptability, is let's say you have to do something that was unexpected the day before, right? Or you have to do something unexpected. Well, how fast can you change your schedule to fit that, but also still keep this autonomy? How fast can you understand? How fast? The night before, you have to do it previously, right? To make sure your day actually aligns with your goals, whatever you want to achieve in 2025. You have to sort of make sure that you have that adaptability. You have that ability to change at an instant because things can happen, things can happen. So what are you going to do then? Well, to change your autonomy, right? Change your autonomy fast. You have to keep the mindset that the next day will be the same, even if this day's changed. Because because if you have to change, there's always going to be little iterations of your schedule. You're always going to be changing slight things in your schedule. You're not going to be doing the exact same movements, the exact same everything, right? Because that's impossible. We're human. So you're going to be doing slight iterations, but you're not going to be changing so much to the point where you're literally like a different person every day, right? You're going to be doing the same thing every day. And I know it sounds boring, but actually the time will be used more wisely, essentially. Like if you have a schedule that's autonomous, it'll increase your productivity first of all, and you'll feel like the time is being used properly. Like you'll feel like your life is actually aligning to your purpose. And that's the thing with like having this schedule, having this autonomy and productivity. It's just, it opens your eyes and makes you wiser to the grand scheme of things, like how the flow of time works, right? Because when you get into a flow state, you don't even feel like an hour has passed. It feels more like 5 minutes. But because you worked so hard, so dedicated to this purpose, to this cause, you were able to use the time so wisely to the way your brain perceives it as such a little amount of time. Because you use it so effectively. And that's genuinely all I'm trying to get people to do, because there's so much potential out there, and yet a lot of people waste it because they're bored. They're sitting over watching a TV show every day when they could be spending the time more effectively doing something that they feel is purposeful. So, yeah, this is the video on how to be more productive in 2025. And yeah, hopefully you learned something from this video, the 3 facets of productivity and autonomy. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one, boys. Peace.